Hi, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Linwood.
And this is Tailored Style.
Yes, it is, boo.
So previously in another video, we did the 5 tips to know that you're going to get a bad haircut. And that one was more for fun and more to make you aware of what to look for when you're going to get your haircut. If you're looking for somebody new, or you're in a new state, or you're having to try out somebody new and you're terrified and don't know what to look for. Now this video, we're going to talk about 5 things again, but this is how to get the perfect haircut and how to know how to do it.
Yes, so if you didn't see our last video with that, check it out. And then make sure you watch this whole thing through the entire video because it's going to help you out in the long run.
Exactly. So without any further ado, we're just going to dive right in. So number 1, bring a picture. This is always very helpful. A lot of stylists, most because we are artists, we're very visual. And giving us a visual reference always helps us identify exactly what you're liking and what you're disliking.
This is quite true, especially because a lot of times people will say they want, like, let's say Rihanna red, and they don't realize that Rihanna's been like 3 or 4 different shades of red. So the current shade of red could be totally different from the last shade. It just kind of helps out with clarity. So it's the same way when it comes down to a haircut. If you say, I want my haircut like so-and-so, or I want my haircut at this length, it really helps us to have a visual, and then that way we can see, is it really the cut that you're liking? Is there something that's slightly different? And it just kind of gives us the best picture to work with mentally as well.
So number 2 is be realistic with your picture. A lot of times people bring in this photo, and we've all seen the funny videos on Instagram, Facebook, and all the memes about, oh my god, I want to look like J-Lo. But no, I really want to look like her. But in all seriousness, you do have to be realistic. If somebody has a different facial shape, a different hair texture, a different hair thickness, a lot of times I have a lot of clients that have very, very thick hair and they want the cute Victoria Beckham haircut, and oftentimes it is just not possible. There's too much hair, and getting that hair to lay down properly for you, it just wouldn't work. You'd be, I can do it for you, but it's only when I do it. And when you go home, you're not able to do it. So you always want to make sure when you're picking out that picture that you're looking at certain things and certain elements. If they have really thin hair and you have really thick hair, it's not going to work. And so you really want to make sure that you're thinking about that when you're selecting your pictures to show us.
This is really true, especially when you're talking to your stylist and they're wondering what exactly it is that you're wanting. I need you to first assess, do you really love Beyonce's hair, or do you really love Beyonce? Because in some instances, people are bringing it in, they really want to look more like Beyonce than they do like her hair. And honey, sometimes the only way you can look like her is to slap that thing right to your forehead.
Or pay for it.
Okay, so number 3 is your posture. The key things that you want to remember here is when you're sitting there and you're getting your hair cut, try your best not to have your legs crossed. They need to be straight across, just like this here. You want to make sure that you're not using one armrest or the other. Either you're using them both or you're using neither at all. And I'll tell you now, if you're critical of length, you're one of those that's like, don't cut much, do not use those armrests. Because what happens is, if you say, I want a shoulder length bob, and your arms are on the armrest, your shoulders are now up, and the moment they come down, it's like an inch difference. That shoulder length bob just became somewhere between shoulder and chin. So it's important that you are not doing that. Also, your stylist will tell you, should tell you, to tilt your head forward when they're cutting in the back. It helps to extend the hair back there so that way you're getting the most even cut. So when you look down later, it still looks even. If they're not asking you, just naturally go ahead and do it, or go ahead and bail. And that way you're making sure that haircut is completely clean and straight across the back portion of the cut. It's going to help you out immensely. Listening to their instructions helps out too. So if they ask you to slightly tilt to the side, tilt and hold. Don't tilt and yell at your kids or anything like that. It makes a big difference.
And remember that we understand too, a lot of posture is habits. So if you naturally lean forward, or you're naturally going to lean to one side, we're always going to ask you not to. But as long as you work with us, we're willing to work with you. But just keep these things in mind as we help you help us.
Help you. Helping us.
Helping all of us. We're just here to help the world.
To help the world with your beauty and grace. West America.
Sounds like a song. I was about to say. Sounds like it's from Michigan Geniality.
Number 4. Please remember that we cannot read your mind. So if there's something in particular that you're wanting, if you have a part line on a certain side, anything like that, let us know, because you may like part it in a certain way, done in a certain way. You may have absolutely hated the way that the last stylist did it. And a lot of times you letting us know what you didn't like about your previous haircuts kind of helps to prepare us for your current one. It's not necessarily about a bashing of your last stylist. It's more about trying to figure out exactly what it is that you want. And that way we can say, okay, you know what, I won't repeat their mistakes. And make sure that line of communication is really open.
Yeah. It's never about bashing. You should never feel afraid to open your mouth. I've had a lot of clients say, I don't want to say shit anything bad. And like I always tell them, we're not bashing anyone. Most 10 times out of 10, if the current hairstyle you were going to before you come to us, or anybody else that you were going to try that's new, the first thing you were doing before, most times out of 10 it was always communication. That is the proven fact that somewhere along the line communication was lost, and that's why there was an unpleasing of service, and that's why you chose to leave. So we understand that we give everybody the benefit of the doubt that some people just don't mesh or the situation didn't work for you. But that doesn't mean they're a horrible hairstylist. But never be afraid to speak up, and never be afraid to say that you don't like something. Like I always tell people, this is your hair. Ultimately, you have to go home with it. It doesn't matter whether I like it, whether I think it's manageable, because I can make it look good every single day, every time. But if you can't, then that's going to be super hard for you. So you want to make sure that you're opening your mouth and realizing that, once again, we cannot read your mind. We just can't. So if you see something that you don't like, let us know. If you see something that you're like, I don't like the way that's looking, let us know. Oftentimes, if you don't understand the terminology, as we start, if it doesn't look like what you're thinking, let us know.
Immediately. And don't think that it's a rude situation. As long as you're not being rude about it, it's not.
We're never going to take it rude.
So,
we're here to service you.
Now, if you try to cut us, then, it just became
we might
rude.
cut you. Okay, so number 5 is hair texture and lifestyle. So this one right here, I'm sorry, not these. This one right here is the most important to me because this is what's going to determine whether this is doable for you at home as a client. Your hair texture matters so much in a haircut. If you get a haircut that you saw on somebody who has straight hair and every day it's going to look like exactly like that haircut, then you're going to be so disappointed when your hair is all poofed up and curled up in the back and it's not laying down like Victoria Beckham's did, or Halle Berry's, or whoever else is you saw.
And it's taking 22 years for you to style your hair in the morning. Your children have graduated college and you're still trying to flat iron your 20s. It is time for you to really think about their texture and how well it's going to work, if it's going to require extra effort. If you're going to be working out a lot and you want that hair pulled up and you ask us for, say, chin length or short little crop, a little higher around the ears, keep in mind that that's not going to go up. So you're going to be frustrated when you're jogging like this. It's going to drive you crazy. So,
and lifestyle is a huge important part of that. Like you touched on already, if you go to the gym, if you have curly textured hair and you go to the gym, if you're also a relaxer client and you go to the gym, they just don't work. Certain things you've got to remember that the sweat and relaxer are always going to equal breakage, and it's going to be hard to keep that moisture balance in your hair. And a lot of times you get the clients like, I don't want to wash my hair every day. But if you're going to the gym, you're getting all that sweat. Think about what sweat. It's mostly salt. And think about what salt does to a slug. It's doing the same thing to your hair. It's drying it out. And so a lot of times I get clients that do these crazy color transformations and they love it. And they're like, wait, why is it breaking off? It's because it's too dry and they didn't equate for their lifestyle in the service. So remember that lifestyle is so important. If you're a working mother that doesn't have a lot of time to spend in the mirror, why in the world would you get something that requires an hour and a half of your time? Always think about this, because at the end of the day, this is going to help influence your decision and give you something that you like, but also that is manageable for your everyday life.
Yes, and ultimately the goal here is to help you look good every single day. If you're getting something that's going to require a ton of maintenance and a ton of work in the morning and you have 6 kids, honey, you're just going to throw it up in a ponytail every day. You look great the day that we do it, and then you feel like a servant every other day. We want you to feel like you are royalty every
Exactly.
day.
And if it looks bad, I'm sorry, even if we did it and it looks great and you get compliments, every day after that, if it looks bad, you're not doing any of us a service. No one is going to ask you who did your hair, and nobody's going to want to come to us after that. So always remember, we're helping you help us help you.
To help everyone.
To make the world beautiful. We're protecting the world from ugly. It's our motto. Campaign 2017, no ugly.
So we hope that you guys liked this video, and
Yes.
if you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, especially if you know they're about to go get a haircut.
I'm sharing
And
this with you.
don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for sharing this with me. My hair's amazing now.
It is.
So if you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend.
Yes, be sure to follow Taylor Style on all our social media. Make sure you go to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I know I just said a lot of things, and for a lot of you, you don't have some of those, but it's okay. You love us, and we appreciate it. So make sure you follow all of us, no matter what you do. Like something, share something. We appreciate your support so much. In the beginning of this, we've already been overwhelmed by everybody's support, and we just want to say thank you guys for all that you've been doing and all that you continue to do, and we're excited to watch this grow as you watch it grow, as we watch it grow, as the world watches it grow. So thank you for watching Taylor Style, and we will see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye-bye.